bays like Matagorda Bay, Galveston Bay. Storm surge warning means there is the danger of life-threatening storm surge, and the time to get ready for that and to evacuate if told to do so by local officials, the window for that will close by sometime tomorrow. So get out if you're told to evacuate, and if you're in one of these storm surge warning areas and you haven't heard evacuation instructions, then I would understand if you don't feel real safe about staying in those areas. Call your local emergency manager and tell them your situation, where you live, and ask them to give you instructions on where to go and how to get there to stay safe during the storm and survive storm surge. Now, storm surge warning is different from the hurricane warning. This is for the wind. And notice that it's not just for the immediate beachfront. So the winds could extend well inland, and so you've got a hurricane problem if you live away
Very
from the
bad
beachfront.
connection.
So, Mike, we got to contend with all of these hazards, including not just inches, but feet of rainfall extending well inland. All right, Dr. Knapp,
Okay, let's stop that video. Harvey is now a dangerous hurricane. Oh, got a message. This is potentially a catastrophic hurricane that could be making landfall sometime tomorrow or even very early Saturday morning. If you have anybody that lives along the coast of Texas, notify them and tell them to get out of the area. This storm could be catastrophic, and this storm means business. I'm not trying to scare you guys or anything, but this could very potentially be a very deadly storm. If you have anybody, anybody that lives in the coastal Texas area, like Corpus Christi, Galveston, which Galveston won't be directly hit by the middle of the storm, but it will still feel the effects. But anyway, if you have anybody that lives in the coastal areas of Texas, tell them to get out of that area, get to higher ground. Not only that this storm concerns me, but there will be a lot of rain with this storm, potentially feet of rain, as much as 20 inches of rain. The forecast models are even suggesting some spots 30 inches of rain. So there could be at least 2 to 3 feet of rain. And what the scary part about this storm is, it's expected to stall right before it makes landfall. And when it does make landfall, it could move back out to the Gulf of Mexico, and it could re-strengthen. Ouch. This storm is at Category 1 strength, which is still 85 miles per hour, but the pressure has dropped to 972 millibars. So, and the pressure is still dropping, and this storm is, I have no words to explain it. This storm is rapidly intensifying. It could be a major hurricane by tomorrow. There were some suggestions that it could be a low-end Category 4 hurricane. So let me put the camera down for a second, and I will show you the map of it. Hopefully I don't lose connection. The cookie jar. And by the way, this Hurricane Harvey will be the first hurricane to make landfall in that area in about 12 years. So, just letting you guys know that. Okay. Let me flip the camera around. I'm gonna read you the Hurricane Harvey discussion. Let me zoom in. Since the insurance, I can't read, guys. of the special advisory at 800 UTC, which I don't even know what that means. I'm guessing it's some type of time, but whatever. Data from the drops. I can't read, guys. What the shit? I'm here trying to do an update, but yeah, I can't fucking read. Released by the NOAA Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicated that Harvey's central pressure has dropped to 976 millibars, which the pressure is now at 972 millibars, and it continues to drop. However, the plane has not measured winds stronger than what was observed by the previous Air Force flight. Though the NOAA P-3 is flying a research mission at a non-standard level for now, the initial intensity will remain at 75 kT, which is 85 miles per hour, pending data from another Air Force flight this morning. Harvey's initial motion estimate is 339 kT. A strengthening mid-level high over the eastern Gulf of Mexico is expected to push Harvey northwestward by tonight, and a northwest or north and northwest motion could continue up until landfall. However, a strong mid-level high centered over the western United States is forecasted. But now I'm lost where I'm at. God dang it. Okay, I'm just gonna start over. However, a stronger mid-level high centered over the western United States is forecasted inland of the forecast to cause Harvey to slow down it considerably and stall near or just inland of the Texas coast by days 3 and 4, which this isn't just a overnight event. This is potentially maybe a 4-day event. So this has me sweating. I mean, I got a friend that lives near the Texas coast, not like directly on the coast, but it's close enough. Harvey remains in an environment for further strengthening. Vertical shear is low, and the hurricane will be moving over a warm and relatively higher oceanic heat content within the next 12 to 24 hours. As a result, the NHC, which is the National Hurricane Center, intensity forecast calls for Harvey expected to attain major hurricane strength on Friday. The possibility of an Iowa replacement or cooling of the shallow shelf waters of Texas, but regardless, Harvey is forecast to reach the coast as a major hurricane. The intensity forecast after 48 hours is tricky because it all depends on how far inland Harvey moves into Texas. If it stalls closer to the coast, a recent model trends have suggested, then the cyclone may be able to circulate remain over water. For that reason, too much to read. But so yeah, if you have anybody that lives in the Texas coast area, like Corpus Christi, Galveston, Houston, which Houston, Texas, don't get me wrong, I'm keeping a very close eye on of that city. They may not get directly hit by the hurricane, but they're still gonna be hit by very heavy rains, potentially maybe 6 to 9 inches of rain, and the farther south you go, a little closer to the coast, 10 to 20 inches and as much as 30 inches of rain could be a possibility. This will be the first major hurricane or any hurricane to hit the coastal Texas in about 12 years. So, if you have anybody, if you have any friends, family that lives in the hurricane's path, please let them know and tell them to evacuate. There is a mandatory evacuation in place, and before I end the stream, I just want to say one thing. If you're in a mandatory evacuation zone, please do not ignore the evacuation orders. Please move it further away, far enough where you're not affected by it, and make sure you be on higher ground, because life-threatening flooding is likely with this storm, and this storm could be potentially catastrophic. So, and what time is it? In about 5 minutes, I gotta get ready to get off here because I'm going to do a short live stream on Periscope. By the way, follow me on Twitter, Stormcast95. I'm not very active on Twitter, but I will keep you up to date on the situation with Hurricane Harvey. So I'm going to switch over to Periscope, and I might go back doing a live stream giving you more information about Harvey tomorrow morning when I wake up. So if you have anybody that lives in the hurricane's path, please let them know about it. Please tell them to evacuate. This storm is not looking good at all. This storm is very concerning, and this could be very catastrophic. So that's going to be about it for this stream. I'll be back streaming on this channel tomorrow morning, so be sure you give this stream a thumbs up, like, subscribe, favorite. Follow me on Twitter, Stormcaster95. I'll keep you up to date with whatever's going on with Hurricane Harvey. Stormcaster signing off.